Hello, and welcome to episode 138 of Prog Review. And today, I'm going to be talking about this big old box set, the Peter Gabriel So 25th Anniversary Edition Mega Box Set. Oh yeah. But before I start blabbering on, I'm going to hand you over to my good friend Darren, who's going to talk you through the set and show you what's inside. So take it away, Darren.
Hello. And yes, we are about to unbox Peter Gabriel's 25th Anniversary So box set, and I have Swissy, and we're going to cut our way in. But of course, I want to be a bit careful with this now. I'm pretty pissed with Real World Records, from whom I pre-ordered this. I pre-ordered this box set, and I expected it to get it in a timely fashion, and it arrived near enough a whole week late. So I was hoping to get this done last week so that we could clear the schedule for doing the Lark's Tongues box set this week. But it all happened at once, and so, I'm not too pleased. And, but hey, that's what you get for going to the cheapest distributor, I guess. Oh, lovely cardboard box. I wonder what's inside. Oh, there it is. Let's turn it around so you can see it properly. There it is. Oh, look at that. That looks mighty fine. So let's lift it out of its little coffin, and we'll have a little shufty. There you go. You know it is. It is So by Peter Gabriel. Very iconic album cover. So let's. You need me fidgeting around with the box. Come on. Got that in the box pressed. That's nice. That's all the Real World reissues that have been coming out these years. I own quite a few of those, but yeah, check that out. It came in the box, little promo card. So there you go. Anyway, we digress. It's So Peter Gabriel, and look, see, you got the song titles in little pictograms embossed on the spine there, and everything that's inside the box. It's deluxe, it really is. 4 CD, 2 DVD, LP, 12-inch and a 60-page case-bound book. And there you go, that's what it all is. And it's region 0, so you don't have to worry about regionality. Hooray! So let's very carefully split the cellophane. Oh God, it makes my heart turn over every time he goes near those boxes with that bleeding knife. So anyway, let's tear. Oh God, I've kind of been looking forward to this box set because So was an album, important album in my development. But so yeah, let's have a look. And who's there? It's him. It's that bloke looking. And very different from the Shot of the Monkey Peter Gabriel. This is the Pop Gabriel. This is where his tour was sponsored by various hair gel manufacturers. You can see. I think the NME used to have. They used to say which hair gel of the week for Gabriel. Oh look, all the CDs have moved, and blimey, that's stuck in there. That ain't good. Oh God, you're going to start complaining that the CDs are scratched. There we go. So it's very similar design to the whoa there. Oh, you don't really want to listen. What an amateur! What a rank amateur! I'm just throwing a bleeding disc around, but it follows the same kind of design as the New Blood Blu-ray box set. Oh God, this is what happens when you haven't got any fingernails. You can't get the CDs. So you got the So DNA, you got the So album remastered, So DNA, and the 2 bottom CDs are for Live in Athens. Live CDs. But as you can see, it's a lovely crimson red. It looks very, very, very smart. So let's have a little look at the booklet, shall we? A little preface there by the man himself and signed. And there's the cowshed that was turned into the studio, and a list of all the technical stuff that he used to make the record. This was before Real World Studios, so it's a very different time for Gabriel. And yeah, this is, I tell you, the paper stock that they've used is very nice. It feels very good, and the reproduction is absolutely fantastic. It's very, 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 very nice. I think this is where they've spent the money, you know. And yeah, it's all rather good. And then again, there's that iconic image. And there's all the credits to the album itself. That's when he was involved with Amnesty International. I mean, the whole political landscape's changed since now. We have different causes, but you remember we still had apartheid, and the Berlin Wall was still up, and the world has changed. There's the making of Sledgehammer. Keep your eye out for Tone 11 in that one. See if you can spot him. Yeah. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Still not tired of that video. Should be. I should have been done to death, but no. I still have a lot of fondness for that iconic masterpiece. And look, there's the boards that they used to put it all together. And there's some of the frames. And now we're going to the live arena with the tour that he supported. I remember once I got verbally abused in a record shop once for wearing a Peter Gabriel t-shirt. Again, I could have only been about 16, and I bought this t-shirt in HMV or something, and I wore it around. I was pretty pleased with it. I went into some hip and trendy record shop, and the guy, some wanker behind the counter, going, I could hear him, because I'm looking at the records, and I could hear him going, I don't think he went to the concert. And he was trying to chide me and make me feel insecure. Let's say I didn't buy a record, I walked out of the shop. But yeah, funny things, people, aren't they? As you can see, this is very, 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 very pretty. Very, very pretty. And at the back of the book, we have the DVDs. No surround sound, unfortunately, but we do have a classic albums documentary, which is I've seen already because it was on the BBC earlier in the year, but this is extended, which I shall watch whilst I eat my lunch. And we also have the Live in Athens DVD, which I shall watch this evening. Of course, this is all done in the future, or the past, or whatever. This has already been done. I've already done it. And there's the back. By the time you watch this, I'd have watched and digested all of this. That's what I'm saying. Am I in the present, the past, or the future? I'm totally confused now. And this is the vinyl of the album, as you can see. You've got a little. I don't think. Can you see the embossing on that? It's the pictograms off the spine. They've embossed them on the sleeve. Again, I don't know why they just didn't include it in a reproduction of the actual album artwork, but they didn't. Anyway, I think this is a 180 gram vinyl. It certainly feels solid, and there's something written on the outer rim here. I don't think you can see. Can you see that? It says something mastering half speed. Is it half speed mastering? Yeah, I think that's what it says. I don't think you can catch it. No, you can't really catch it on the camera. Right. It says half speed mastering. Trust me. And so yeah, that'll be nice on my manky old turntable, won't it? I'll see what state that's in after my son's taken his vengeance upon it. And this is a bonus 12-inch of what's that one? Don't Give Up. It's a remix or a different version, and 2 previously unreleased tracks. I think one of them is like almost a prototype to In Your Eyes, I think, or In Your Eyes came from it. So there you go. Again, this is solid vinyl. I'm not sure why they bothered doing it on vinyl like this, because you get all these tracks on a download. There it is, Courage and Sagrada. You get these tracks on a FLAC download on a little coupon that you get. There's a little code and it takes you to the Bowers and Wilkins website, and you get to download the album in 24-bit FLAC. Down, Rover, down! Alex is barking for his dinner. He's hungry. Of course, he would have eaten his dinner by the time you watch this video. Anyway, I'm just blabbering on. Let's put this up. Shut up! Let's put this all back in the box before the madhouse takes over. So there you go. That's all rather wonderful stuff. Of course, I'd I'm going to stuff that right in there. No. Put it inside the book. Put it inside the book. You can use it as a bookmark. There you go. Now I'm off to listen to this. I hand you back to that knucklehead Darren. Take it away, Darren.
Well, that was informative as ever. I think we'll all agree. Oh, So, what can we say about So? For me, it's an important record. Okay, I don't know, it's not particularly prog. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe it is progressive. You know, we do what you're told. You know, that's pretty progressive. The way he recorded it's progressive. The fusion of African and Asian rhythms is progressive, perhaps. I don't know. But that's not what we're debating. We're talking about So. Released 19th of May 1986. I remember it well, for I was there. Oh yeah, I was there. I'd got into Peter Gabriel around that age. Again, it's all a bit of a blur because I was at school. I was absorbing an awful lot of music all at once, and I must have had. I'm trying to remember if So was like the first Peter Gabriel album, or maybe it wasn't. Or because I have distinct memories of buying Peter Gabriel 1 and 2 on album, but I can't remember if I got those first and then got So, or the other way around. I think I might have got them first actually, because I bought those on LP, and I would have bought those when I first got my record deck, which was before this coming out, if that makes sense. Yeah, it'll have to make sense. Anyway, it's May 1986. Sledgehammer smashes into the charts. It's revolutionary. The video alone is enough to reinforce my fandom. The Dancing Chickens, me and my late grandmother used to sit and watch the video when it came on Top of the Pops or the chart show and laugh our hearts out at the Dancing Chickens. And there was a reason for this, because once upon a time we used to have a roast chicken dinner on a Saturday, and I was often left to prepare said bird. I mean, I was only 14 at the time, because I'm a little bit of a cook, you see, and once the weight of the bird had overcome me, and I dropped the bleeding lot on the floor. Dropped it on the floor, potatoes everywhere, chicken on the floor. So anyway, I did my best. I washed it under the tap to get the dog's ears off, if you know what I mean, and carefully put everything back in the pan. Don't worry, this is related. Don't worry, it all converges. And so I put it in the oven, cook it. My name comes back from visiting her parents, and we're sitting eating the dinner, you know, because it's all cooked then. And she goes, "So, did it go on the floor? It tastes better since it's been on the floor," she says. And I look at her and I think, "How do you know this?" I don't know what you mean. And she goes, "Found one of the potatoes under the fridge." I'd missed a potato. I was hoisted by my own petard. I was not clever enough, and so one of the potatoes had run and hidden, and she found it, and so she'd known I'd had an accident in the kitchen. But don't worry, everything was washed off. We didn't die. Well, obviously I'm still here. I haven't killed anyone with my food yet, but whenever the Dancing Chickens came on, she'd turn to me and say, "Is that how the chicken jumped out the pan? You know, is that how he jumped out the oven? Did he dance?" And so we always used to laugh, and she used to chide me for dropping the chicken on the floor. And so that's the story. No more to it than that. But I remember buying the album. School holidays. I was 15. We used to go to a place called Romford, which is way northeast of London, and in the wilds of Essex, or Havering, or whatever it is these days. And I went to WH, so I was allowed to go off on my own. And you know, care in the community, that kind of thing. So I used to spend a lot of time in Smith's, looking at the books, looking at the computer stuff, you know, prodding things, reading my way through the magazines without buying them. And then I bought this. I bought So on cassette. And again, everything was converging. I was getting to Genesis at the same time. And it was all coming together. So for me, this album, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry about that. Thought someone was coming in then. the door opened with force. But there's nobody there. Mind you, it is Halloween night tonight. Ooh. But anyway, I think my sneeze somehow loosened the door. But I'm digressing. So this album I played to death. I listened to it. I know it very well. And even though it is like a product of the 80s, the production, I have a lot of love for it. You know, it's a special record, a formative record. You know, it wasn't all prog. This one as well. And so yeah, I was kind of looking forward to the box set. I mean, we had this remaster back in 2002, a whole 10 years ago. Wow. And you know, it improved the sound quality somewhat, you know, and they changed the track list and everything. I mean, I actually prefer In Your Eyes being, you know, the start of side 2, and This Is the Picture being the final track. It seems to be a more natural ending to the album, but Gabriel disagrees. So yeah, the box set itself. Oh, I'm in two camps over it, you see. Part of me thinks it's really good, and part of me thinks that there are a few missed opportunities. I mean, it is a very high quality for a start. The book that you get with it, Gabriel talks in detail about the process, you know, tells some anecdotes. You really get, you know, into the production of where the album came from. You know, and talks about the live material. There's quotes from, you know, the band members and people of the time. So it's all very evocative of the moment, and the pictures are nice, and it's all very high quality. You know, the remaster is nice. You also get a code so you can download the 24-bit FLAC remaster. I'm not really into like high-end audiophile stuff. I think, you know, hearing's subjective and we all hear things differently, but I was listening to that and I thought it had a certain roundness to it. You know, the bottom end was well defined. I was noticing more stuff from that end, and also it just felt a lot nicer. You know, it just felt more easier on the ear, and it was nice to hear the record again. You also get a double CD of the live DVD, which seems overkill to me. I don't know why you'd want a live album of a DVD concert that you get. You know, you got the concert. I'm either going to watch the concert. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to listen to the live album. And again, that's me. I'm not a big fan of live albums. If I'm going to partake in the whole live experience, I'm probably more likely to put the DVD on, if you catch my drift. So I think they're a bit, you know, I'm a bit weary of those things. You get classic albums, Making of So, which is absolutely brilliant. They showed an edited version of it on the BBC earlier in the year. This you get, I think it's about an extra 20 or so minutes of it, and it's again very detailed. There is actually a Blu-ray and DVD version separately that you can go and buy off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description so you can seek that out if you don't want to buy the box set, obviously. And then you get the Live in Athens 1987 tour document. This is point of view, the previous like live video of the time, but with all the crappy bits taken out, all the 80s video effects and clever stuff, all that stripped away, and you've just got the concert. And yeah, it's very good. The sound quality is good, but I always wonder how much of it is actually the event, because Gabriel loves to overdub stuff and rework things. But it's a very fine document of a time, and brings the package to a whole. You also get a vinyl version of the album. Again, it's a shame you don't get the original artwork, original sleeve. It's in a different kind of embossed sleeve. Put it on a record deck, sounds nice enough. You know, sounds okay. There's also a 12-inch as well, which you get duplicated on the FLAC download, so you can listen to it either on LP or on the FLAC download, and you get 2 tracks that were unreleased and a version of Don't Give Up that's unreleased, and I can give or take it. But the real interesting part of the box set is the So DNA CD, which documents the making of the record. And what they've done is they've gone through Gabriel's extensive tape archive and looked at each song in sequence, and looked at the very beginnings of the song, to the final process, so he's got various versions, and somehow they've managed to splice these bits of audio together. Some are pretty poor, him just hammering away at the piano, and some of them are like alternate mixes, and they kind of bring it all together, and you can actually hear like a song forming before your very ears. I've never heard anything like it before. Somebody who's actually interested in the recording process and the creative process as well. It's very interesting to see how an idea formulates and becomes developed and strung out. Now, Gabriel is one of these people that can continue to redo things and refine and redo and redo and redo. Whereas I'm more of the kind of chop them out. I'm not Peter Gabriel, but my approach to music is that'll do. That sounds okay. Let's do it. I wouldn't want to keep refining, because I think you lose a certain liveliness and rawness to your performance, where Gabriel's very into refining, and that's what you find on this So DNA. But it's absolutely, if you're interested in audio recording or anything like that, or his process, absolutely fascinating. I found it brilliant, and that kind of helps with the cost of the box set itself. So yeah, again, the cost of it is prohibitive. I got it from Real World, who took over a week to deliver it to me late, but they were charging £80 sterling, whereas I think it was £100 on Amazon and all those other places. So it's quite an expensive set, and for the money, you don't really get what you pay for, unfortunately. So there are a few things that I think should have been in the set. Now, there's been debate about whether or not there should have been like high-res. You get high-res copy with the FLAC download, which I think is pretty cool. But again, not everybody's got internet connection that's fast. It's better if something's actually tangible and in your hand. It's more value. So, doing a DVD audio or a surround sound mix would have been nice. Again, I'm not sure whether So would have made a good surround sound album. Might have done, because again, because it's from a time and it's very poppy. It's I find it very kind of two-dimensional rather three-dimensional, but I could be wrong. I'm sure things like Mercy Street would have made a good 5.1 mix, whereas Big Time would have just been an assault on the senses, if you can understand my drift. But who knows, if it'd have done that, it would have been added value. So you're missing out this whole kind of DVD audio thing. You're also lacking any of the B-sides that came with the singles. Don't Break This Rhythm, and some of the remixes. They could have been put in the box set, so then you'd had a complete record of the time of everything. I'm not one into remixes and edits, but if you wanted like a pure immersion version, they could have done an extra CD with all those B-sides and those edits and the 12-inch remixes, and that would have been a more inclusive thing. And also you got the DVD. It's curious because the concert's on DVD, but with the download you get to download some of the Athens concert in high, HD 720p format. So that makes me think that Gabriel might release this as a Blu-ray in the future. And if he does that, that's a bit of a kick in the gonads to. I think he's singing on the new Steve Hackett album. But yeah, it's a real kick there to us who've bought the box set. So, I'm kind of conflicted, because I love the record and I love what they've done with it, and I it's great to go back, but there's the cost and the stuff that's missing. So I'm kind of really divided by it. So, well, I'm just talking. I'm being honest, and I've been thinking about it, and I can understand why some people would be disgruntled. Again, I don't know why they included a 12-inch of the remix of Don't Give Up and the two previously unreleased tracks, when they could have just put them on a CD with the B-sides, if you know what I mean. That seems like overkill and unnecessary. So I sound like I'm whinging again, but so this is where I'm coming from. Right, to sum up, I think it's a great box set. overpriced. They always are. Should have been about $49.99. Should have been about 50 quid. And there are things that are missing. Obvious things that are missing. And for that reason, oops, there's a storm just coming in and Alex is getting nervous. Don't worry, mate, it's okay. Yeah, come to a rating. Ooh. Oh, dear. I'm going to give this 3 dancing chickens out of 5. That's 3 dancing chickens out of 5. And I'm only knocking points off because of the things that are missing and the cost. I mean, if it was cheaper and there was an extra disc of extras, of, like, say, these bits that were missing, 5 out of 5. Ballpark, boink, knock it out. That's what it would got. But because it's just slightly flawed, and there is other stuff there. It's also like the promotional videos. They could have put a video on the Athens disc. They could have added the videos to Sledgehammer, Mercy Street, Big Time, In Your Eyes, This Is the Picture, and it would have been a complete set. But they didn't. They left those out. So I'm just saying. If I was putting it together, I'd have taken a more inclusive. But I'm not putting it together. I'm a nobody. I'm just the guy that buys the stuff. So yeah. So there you go. But if I was putting it together, I'd have been more inclusive with the material. So there you go. That's been my review. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Click on the adverts to help me pay for the box set, because this is bleeding killing me. You can tell Christmas is coming because I released all these fucking box sets, and that's it really. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to say. No, I think we've done. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been babbling on about the 25th anniversary So box set. It was only a year late. I mean, the album was released in 96. It's 96, 86. Fucked that up, didn't I? Shall I do that again? It was only a year late. It was released in 86. Oh, bollocks. Who wants professionalism when you got me? But you get me gist. He's always late. And I've completely lost my thread again. So anyway, I've been talking about this bleeding box set, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe, unsubscribe, social media, you know the routine. And please check out the playlist. Please, there's loads of other videos to waste your time, to distract you from impending mortality. Yeah, just a distraction, just to take your mind off of it, take your mind off the creeping, clammy hand of death about to touch you on the shoulder. But before that happens, prog on.